Yokoso. Welcome. Yeah, so
Wow.
this is a citrus storage shed. This was probably built, I want to say 20 years ago, maybe 25 years ago. I guess when I first got here in 2011 and was using the land, this was all housing the rototiller and tools and wood and when I first saw the building like on its own, like I could live there. This is
Yeah.
like at the time. This is 2011, so like all the tiny house stuff, all
Oh,
that was like really popping off, and I'm like, wow, I could live there. Like that's definitely a place. Like, so we yeah, 2017 when we purchased the property and knew that we were going to move here, we started renovating. We did the sunroom, and then we put in the kitchen. We did flooring.
cool. So you built a lot of this yourself.
I did a lot of the groundwork for it, but I helped put in the flooring. I did a lot of the digging because it was actually pretty close to the entranceway. But we hired a carpenter, actually a guy from France. We hired him to put in the kitchen space.
Neat.
A lot of the wood too came from there was a shed that was being cleared out, and just when we moved in, and the owner of that shed was like, I don't need any of this wood anymore. Like, take it. Like,
It looks
take
like
everything.
nice wood.
Yeah, it's yakisugi, so it's all from Yakushima. So it's big, thick
Yeah.
pieces from Yakushima and other places. So yeah, we made this into the kitchen. The second floor is bedroom, and that was all done. The flooring there is all original.
Yeah. What are these?
I guess it's just when they purchased the wood, so it might even say the date. I'm not sure, but yeah, yeah, it's not. I mean, it's only I want to say like 20 years old, and then it's the traditional tsuchikabe. Most people will put a lime plaster on it, so it's this. It's just cob, right?
Yeah.
But Japanese cob with maybe a little bit of brown, like darker mud, or maybe it's like slightly fermented, or maybe it's cow manure. I'm not really sure.
Is this rice straw? Or
Rice straw, yeah.
Wow. That is cool.
So it kind of gives a nice texture and finish, but also helps to bind or keep everything together. And then we put in, there were already windows here, but we added an additional window here. And we put in that door there to lead to the sunroom. And then eventually we put up like, on the second floor, we put up another door that leads to a deck. So
Neat. Oh, there's a deck up top.
Yeah,
Wow, how cool.
I was saying, yeah, this is the spinning tool.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah. So this is
There it
what
is.
one
The
of our
loom?
friends. Yeah, this is the spinning
Oh,
tool.
the spinning. Oh, yeah, you make it into the yarn.
And then this is a Navajo loom.
Whoa.
So this is a really simple loom that like
That's neat.
really small. There's a larger one over there, and then a table loom that I've got.
That is neat.
So we're just trying like it'll be our first year to really try spinning.
Yeah. It's nice and big up here, and you got your office up here. And
Yeah. So move things around over time, like especially from last year. And the deck we put in 2018 or 19. So this is just above the sunroom. And
oh, this is cool. Look at this view.
yeah.
Wow. Yeah, this would be hard to leave.
Yeah, and it's great because like get the view of the farm, see what's going on.
Oh, you got some neighbors working up there.
Yeah, I think it's Obon. It's like it's time to go to the graves and like pray for your ancestors coming up next week. So they're clearing the weeds, clearing the land.
Are you able to walk back up into these woods?
Yeah, so you can see the bamboo that looks like it's
brown.
white.
Yeah.
So it's all kind of dead. That's our property goes up to there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So there's actually a big section. And then where that house is over there, that's where the citrus, other citrus part is. And you can walk up through there. So occasionally I would bring my sheep up there.
Oh, wow.
And then in years past, when I was on the farm every day, before I started teaching, I was raising the sheep in the forest here too.
Oh, neat.
And I was coming through and like cutting trees down and opening the space up a little bit, but I don't really have the time to do it now.
Yeah, the house is pretty cool. The roof is interesting too. They've always got these little ornaments going on.
Yeah, the onigawara. Oni is like devil or spirit, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, oni. Oni is the like sometimes you have like the oni with the like horns or
Yeah.
big nose or like
Statues at the temples.
right,
Those
right.
guys. Yeah.
Those are oni, and they call this piece the oni gawara. Now this one, I think it could represent like an actual person, and maybe it represents like Tengu.
Yeah.
Tengu is the red faced god with the really long nose.
Yes.
So you can see it's kind of got this one nose jutting out and
Oh, yeah,
two
yeah.
eyes with this horns.
Interesting.
It could be that.
Is there a
But
purpose behind it? Like, or
I
is
think
it?
it's just a protection.
Yeah.
Now, over at my ex-wife's house, I guess my father-in-law's house, they've got Ebisu on his own.
Yeah, I know Ebisu. Yeah.
So the god Ebisu is there, and and then
Interesting.
at the house that came with that house, you get lotus as the onigawara. So a lotus plant is like the symbol. But it would be different. Maybe this house and this one are similar. This one's similar. So maybe these were built roughly in the same time.
Yeah.
But if you go over to that one, there's these like corner eaves are different. I don't have the corner pieces, but that house was probably built 100 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And then over, Howard's house, it's like kind of over in that white house is, that newer looking white house.
Yep.
Just below that, there's where the other house is, and that one's like, it's got the lotus one. That one is like 100-year-old building.
Interesting.
But I think, yeah, this one's like, maybe it's like 20 or 30 with modifications and additions, like this room and then the front room, the packing washing area.
Yeah.
So that that was like self-built with us. We didn't hire a professional carpenter. Like we did the flooring, concrete ourselves, and learned the way.
What's it like living in a place like this? You like it?
Yeah. I mean, it's east face, right? So
Yeah.
we get amazing sunrise.
Yeah.
Also being on the east coast or the eastern coast of the island, full moon is like epic right here.
Dang.
It's a good spot. It gets hot though, as you can see. No insulation in the roof. So when it's really hot like this, we open the windows, fan, and we put in the AC after the first summer. So we didn't have it in the first summer. Right. It was after the first summer. So, and I just worked on cleaning it out recently, but I was running it in July. But in this last 2 weeks, I think I've gotten used to the heat at this point.
Yeah, exactly. You do get used to it.
Yeah, with mid-July was just not used to it at all. This is something I need to figure out, like in the future though, is like having a greenhouse right here, like the heat coming in.
Oh, interesting.
I need to like
push the air that way or something.
Yeah, maybe have a temporary wall here in the summer. I got a few different ideas what I want to do in the future about the greenhouse because like, yeah, it's just too hot. And the opposite side of that is like maybe having like a window on the middle part that like, like have a big duct that somehow I can connect into the second floor.
Oh,
so then
for winter,
you have the heat come.
I love that idea. Yeah. So I could see that working. There's
a lot of things you can do, to modify and to use like nature or use what's here on the site. Because when we got here, the greenhouse was already here, and I don't think they had an intention of living here. So this excess heat coming in from here is something we need to manage or.
And in winter, what's it like in here?
Winter, this year is pretty cold, and we're in the process of redoing our stove.
Okay, cool. You got a little wood stove.
This wood stove we put in ourselves in 2017. I cleaned it out after I got injured. I came back from the hospital the first day, and it was in like December when I got out of the hospital.
Yeah.
I cleaned it out, thought everything was all good, and was like, really excited because I was like, okay, I had like this injury. I'm done. Like, let's take it easy for like at least like. And then I was gonna go home for Christmas. I'm like, I'm just gonna take it easy. I just want to like like get back to center. Yeah. Well, the day, like it was like a rainy day, and this director for this TV program, he came and he was like, "There's this actress I want to bring by, and I want you to teach her how to do cotton spinning." And I've like learned how to do cotton spinning over the last 10 years living in Japan and having this connection to the textile company. Well, like I'm like, okay, that sounds good. This woman, this actress, she comes in and she's like beautiful Japanese woman wearing this like red dress, like bright red
Oh my
dress,
God.
coming in here, and I'm like, okay, sure, like okay, I'll teach you. Like showing her the way. I've got my like robotic arm on because I'm still like fresh out of the
Oh
hospital,
my gosh.
and like we're spinning, and it had started the fire because it was a little bit chillier that day,
Uh-huh.
and I'm like, oh wait, I need a tool. I need like a chopstick because like when you do cotton spinning, you need to like put out this like kind of one piece to like connect the thread to. And get up and like as I'm walking over here, like look out, like there's a little crack, you know, like through the wall there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like bright orange, like out that way.
Uh-oh.
And I'm like, that's like not good. And it was kind of smoky in like this part. And I'm like, what is going on? And then
Oh
I'm like,
no.
I turn around to them like, my house is on fire.
Oh my
Get out of the
God.
house. And I say that in English at first because I'm like, it's the first
Yeah, you're
word,
shocked.
you know, like my house is on fire. Like, and they're like, what? What? And I'm like, kajira. Like it's on fire. Please
Oh, wow.
leave. So I got my fire extinguisher,
Oh, nice.
ran out, put it out. The fire is still going in here too.
Wow.
And we didn't put that one out at first. We put the one outside out at 1st.
Mm-hmm.
But I still only had like one
Good arm.
one good arm. And I'm like, give me a bucket of water. And the guy's like, where are the buckets? I'm like, if you look around my arm, I'm like, there's buckets everywhere.
Yeah, freaking out.
He filled up a bucket like halfway. With one arm, I like splash it up on the outside. So if you go to the
Wow.
outside, so. But I'm getting, we're replacing this and we're gonna put in, what they sell here at the home center is only this single insulation,
Oh, not the double.
not the double.
Or the
This is,
triple,
or
yeah.
the triple, right?
Yeah.
This is the only thing they sell at the
wow.
local home center.
Dang.
So I've recently contacted a proper wood stove shop. We're gonna replace this whole thing for winter.
So the pipe just got too hot, basically.
The pipe got too hot, and it kicked back.
It's a good learning
Yep.
thing.
Yeah, we installed it ourselves. We did it, what, 5 years? We used it. It worked out all right.
And your house is still here. So.
The house is still here.
That's all that matters.
It's all that matters. And you learn, but it really scared the shit out of me.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
And yeah, January and February were pretty cold. But in Japan, they have the kotatsu. I don't know if they.
Yes.
Yeah.
The hole in the ground, right, with the
hole
heater.
in the ground. Well, this doesn't have a hole in the ground, but there's a heated table.
Yeah. Oh, it's a heated table.
Yeah, you put a blanket around it, and electricity runs through a small heater in the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So kotatsu, and then I mean, if we need to, put the air conditioner on, put the heat pump on, and
so it's not too bad.
I don't use kerosene stoves, but I know that they're pretty common. I just haven't. I never really like using them.
And you're not going to freeze to death.
No,
it's not that cold.
It's not that cold.
Like goes to -5 or 0 or.
Zero is like
that's the max.
The max.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not that cold.
Nice.
So I mean, in terms of like heating wood, maybe we need to run the wood stove for 2 months, 3 months.
Wow.
Maybe.
Okay.
I think for like the nostalgic, I see a lot of people like putting their wood stove or getting it running like in November, but it's like, I don't know, it seems a little much. Like it seems like a waste of the wood.
Yeah.
And I'd probably just rather sit outside here and have the fire going here. And
So this southern part of Japan, especially closer to the ocean, it's pretty mild.
Yeah.
For winter.
Yeah, mild.
Very mild.
Yeah. And even, I mean, now I would say too, as hot as it is in the summer, it's not as hot as it is in the city.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Because we've got all this vegetation.
And the breeze.
Yeah.
And so your energy bill is probably pretty dang low. I mean, unless you're cranking that thing.
Yeah, if we're cranking the AC, maybe we have the large refrigerator and the freezer.
Mm-hmm.
And the freezer's kind of old. And I'm running on the front room, and my hot water tank on the front room is run off solar.
Mm-hmm.
We got a little bit of solar going on over here.
Oh, cool.
But we could really be doing a lot more there. But yeah, energy bills, I think the refrigeration is probably the biggest thing that way. we spend money on. I mean, a big stocker fridge and or freezer and the big veg fridge that I use to keep my seeds in.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And my grain in. That's probably the biggest, but it's, I mean, what, $100 a month?
Okay.
Not
So
bad.
yeah, that's not bad at all.
So-
But power's more expensive here than
Right.
America, definitely.
Yeah. Gas, I don't use gas, and and our water bill is, we just have well water.
So it's just electricity to pump it.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So that's all I'm using. Yeah, like internet and cell phone bill and water bill.
Well, pretty
I mean,
low.
our electric bill, pretty low. So.
Is this a winnower?
Yeah, I use that for seed
That's cool.
harvesting. Yeah.
Is it a hand winnower? Like
Yeah.
You rotate it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that. That separates the wheat seed.
Every seed.
Every seed.
Every seed. So like
any grain seed you have, or even other stuff too.
Yeah, this is beets.
Oh wow.
Seeds. Yeah, I'll come through and separate these out pretty soon.
Whoa, that's cool.
Yeah, if I don't have a whole lot, like in this case, like just with these beets, not, maybe I can do it by hand, or maybe even some of this stuff isn't what it's just a leaf, so it's not really gonna get in the way when I go to seed anyway. So we have the beet seeds.
That's neat.
And then corn, separating out coriander seed.
Neat.
This is carrot seed.
Very cool.
So, yeah, I probably save like, I don't know, at this point, 20 or 30 types of seeds every year.
Oh wow. Oh, cool.
Daikon, wheat, kale, broccoli, cabbage. I buy seed too, but I just always have like.
It's fun, and
yeah,
it feels good to plant your own seed.
Right,
and it's adapting over time.
And it's adapting, yeah. It works, I think, well. And then having these tools, like this was here on the farm. Why not? Let's give it a go.